quick action. Certainly got luck on his luck. It's something that is the last 2-3 years has worked really hard. Injuries have not been his strength. Got injuries in his ankles and his groins. He certainly worked really hard. There are a lot of domestic cricket for the non-scripts. Got the opportunity to play in some leagues as well. He did recently well. He's now turning up for Sri Lanka after 1 year and 4 months. What an asset he will be if you can have him on the park continuously. Because even for this game, perhaps the continuous games is when you build. For each game you're feeling your way in. It's in 2021, a period that he played the most number of games, with the average number of wickets. That's because he's got games behind him and he keeps rolling. But when you're in and out, feeling your way all the time. I think his inclusion in this side only tells me a story that he's only 33. And the selectors and the management radar, he'll be there for the 2027 World Cup. For the next 2 years, if Dushmantha Chameera keeps fit and also another fast bowler in Kumar keeps fit, those are the two fast bowlers management would like to have with the pace that they can bowl. A stop-start career from Chameera. He's made his debut in 2015 in the 50th World Cup. Not injured, but still fighting to. Was never really a fan of football cricket though. Not getting it right. Kumar on the other hand, looking to break free, just missing balls on his pad and just outside. Come back to haunt him, but I like this idea from Sri Lanka cricket, making use of whatever space that's available. Get the solar panels in with how climate change and the global warming becoming an issue. These are ways to protect the environment, protect the birds as well, give them a place to hang out. Apesh, well timed, but once again, done it again, gets in the way. Been brilliant in the field, done it. Yeah, good to it all round. 131.3, the delivery played on the up with a nice high elbow with a straight back. Seema checking his shot with him on. Done maybe cannot keep him out of the game. He took a fantastic catch in the previous game to Smith stumps it at middle. He's riding with confidence, the young man. The left-handers of Bangladesh didn't seem to be getting their head across somewhat. That's why they're not really able to access the ball. Oh dear, that's taken off. It just the Kusal Mendy's more than anyone. But that was quick. Wow, that was quick. Zip through. Wicketkeeper absolutely had no chance. It was bowled at 141.1. But Dushmantha steaming in. Challenge is good, and I just thought a little too short for my liking, but carried a long way. I don't think it can be called a no ball, even though Imon stays in his original stance. But certainly encouraging stuff by Dushmantha Chameera in his comeback game. That replay showed that he's getting more to that front foot, committing. That head going across doesn't allow him to play down the ground. Got to go over.
Very important day for Bangladesh in this ODI series after losing the first game. Got to assert themselves, got to try and get back into the series, even it out. Must-win situation to keep the series alive. Iksana has been very impressive. 3 overs for the 10 runs. He's made the batters think. All those carom balls pushed once quickly through the batters. them always village. Good afternoon, Shameen. Good afternoon to all. Yeah, after early setback, these two batters are settling in quite nicely, scoring at a good rate. Have to keep on maintaining that for few overs. A good partnership forged here between these two can really help the cause of Bangladesh in this important outing. Absolutely, and to take into account that the opening pair has been disappointing again. It has been something that's a malaise that Bangladesh have had over a period of time. Not getting a pair, opening pair, to give them that strong base to go on. One or the other seems to be going early on in the innings, as did Tanzil Hassan. Well, what did the openers come to realize? At times, they need to spend time at the crease. They cannot be extravagant from the word go. It happens once in a blue moon. Maybe the management need to ask them to play with conservative approach to start with, and once they feel confident, then go after the bowlers, not from the word go. Shankar is content to just play the manner in which you're saying, play the ball to its merit. Do not try to take the bowlers on. Once in a while, on a wicket like this, there will be an awkward bounce. Really sort out your approach. You get that amount of runs behind you, build up a partnership, then you can go. That's the right word, approach. Now, if they start to approach the game in an appropriate manner, then that problem will be solved. The opening pair. They have to learn to complement each other, understand the technique and the ability of each other. And that's how. That's in the air. And it will do the distance. That's a positive hit to end the over. It's 44 for 1. After the early loss of wicket, he's still building up a decent partnership. Going at a good rate, 34 of 37. Worth looking at the last ball of the last over. Really lashed onto that Pervez anymore. It was just full of pitch right in his arm. And that lovely slog streak went full on the results. Just by carrying it away. Did well, it was a tough ask. Had to cover a bit of ground. Did very well to field it there. Well, really impressive in the field. Sri Lankans has raised the game. Yeah. It was the right line, right length, and he was searching for it. And finally got it and was ready for it. Never held back. Went with the stroke and was a very good result. Fury, Jaffa squared him up completely. 137 Ks. They'll nip off the seam past the bat. That's what you want as a fast bowler. Deviation of the surface. Enough to make the batsman unsure. It's expose the stumps on that occasion in one. Not quite sure of the length of that ball, telling his partner to be careful of those. The Jamira is building up quite a head of steam here. Once again, another good delivery. Similar kind of length, makes him just hurry into that shot.
Yashanto needs to speak to his partner. He's very edgy. Just trying to hit the ball very hard. And not gauging what the bowler is looking to do. Yeah. Needs to steady on. Come on.
Yeah, that over boundary may have given him a little bit of confidence to go after the bowlers.
Also, we're talking about.
There he goes again. I just had a feeling that he's going to go. That's overrun. Wow. That struck brilliantly, and that's taken him that score up to 51, and he gets a maximum. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, that's what batters need to realize. Now, once a bowler is over, trying to come back, trying to impress, to come, offer you a boundary ball. It was a long ball, and that's what you need to do as a batter. Be ready for them. And he was. Once again, a hefty blow on the back of him on second six. He has hit.
Well, a few supporters in the crowd of Bangladesh. Good to see this iconic stadium, Ramalasa. Doesn't want to get carried away, and intelligent of Jamira to realize the mindset of Professor Sanimon, and he's varying his lines, varying his lengths. It's basically the last one, really. It's not a 142.4.
But there is no doubt that he can generate a lot of pace. And the only question mark is how many times he lands the ball in the right areas. That's where he lands.
Again, deviating down the leg side, paying the price. Oh, the batter's going to take it. Gets the boundary to finish an 11-run over. 55 for 1. With confidence building in this partnership, the big overs are coming. There'll be a bowling change now. The Lanka, the right arm off break from the Kettarama had 16 wickets in his 75th match, but he can create a few surprises for the batters.
Asalak is not afraid. He's not afraid to fall in the power plays, and that's what happened in the previous over. You know, he's been stubborn with his approach, Jamira. He has struggled to bring the ball back into the left-hander. So why trying it? Just stick with taking the ball away from the batter. He will be better served.
Oh, now he's shuffling across, reaching that and sweeping it very, very confidently. And he enjoyed that shot. He's in position very, very quickly. The 50 partnership comes up with that shot.
He looks comfortable against the spinners as compared to the faster bowlers. and he's very decisive with his footwork and shot selection.
They're not about to get carried away though. The shortness allowed. This time, not in the gap. That was reasonable enough, but the placement left a little to be desired. Scored only 13 in the first ODI. The series, turn them on, had to really show the world that he belongs, and he goes for that. It's through for another boundary. I think it's inducing those shots, the length of the bowler.
Yeah, with this kind of a field placing as a bowler, you become very predictable. And the batter knew is looking to pitch the ball outside the off stump. He moved towards the off stump to be able to execute that stroke. This is good batting, showing awareness of what the bowler is looking to do. Him on.
Inside part of the bat, it goes through. Another big over, 10 runs from that, 65 for 1. As the completion of the first power play, this signal clear Guruge for the next phase of play. 4 fielders outside the 30-yard circle.
Now that was early setback, but things started to happen for Bangladesh. They've been very good in the power plays. They managed to score more than 6 and over in both the ODIs. Now farming the gap more quite effectively.
Trying to hit it too hard, hitting it straight into the ground. This one to Jamira, his third over. Reminder, this power play, number 2, allows 4 fielders outside the 30-yard circle.
This is good captaincy from Macharita Lanka. Yes, Jamira went for plenty in the previous over. And he knows that he requires a bit of confidence to be himself, and that's why he's been given another opportunity. And this is a good call. Good decision made by Jamira. He's decided to go round the wicket now. He struggled pitching the ball in the right areas when he was looking to bring the ball back into the left-handers. This move has a potential on the money.
Well, he's managed to get the inside part of the bat. That's the angle he was bowling at. That was the intention. Amir maybe pitching outside a little bit further outside the line of form, bringing it back in a little straighter. Now he is absolutely right.
Yeah, I can hear you, but he has to hear the captain as well. Captain has given them quite a few fielders on the onside. To be able to bowl outside the off stump, there is a peril. Yes, there is a protection on the offside, square of the wicket, but nothing behind square. That's the third man.
That's the line that will make the batters think, because if it's straighter, it's so easy to close the face of the bat and whip it away.
And from the off stump, he can afford to do that. Looks more in control bowling from this angle. Jamira on his comeback in.
Talk about patience, particularly when it comes to batters, but the bowlers also, when they go through this kind of phase of play, when the partnership is 57 or 52 balls, batters looking confident. This one you've got to tell yourself, keep on doing what you do best. Keep on pegging away. Keep on hoping that the batter will get an edge to bowls like that. But there's going to be more byes.
Not the first time this has happened. The second time in this game. Bounce got too big on the batter and also on the wicketkeeper. That was very short, very short. Solomon is one unable to get the gloves on the ball. Yeah, you make an interesting point that as a bowler you need to be patient. And, you know, when we talk about a K-shaped thing that the ballers are reliant on batsmen's mistake. And if a bowler keeps on reminding himself in a spell that I'm reliant on batsmen's mistake, then you'll be more disciplined. How many times as a bowler you think and that prevails? So patience is the key.
In the meantime, these two have garnered 7 runs in this over, so Bangladesh going at a good clip. 6.65 the current run rate. Najmul Hussain Shankur has hardly had a strike. On 13 now. He's got a point to prove. Maha mentioned that drop from the T20 squad. Captaincy of ODI. He's also taken away, so telling himself, got to bat well here. And here's nicely done into the deep for a single. So the 3 for 1. Very important that after the captain Media Sandarat won the toss and decided to bat, Bangladesh needed a good start. They might have lost the first wicket very early in the day, but seems to have done exceedingly well. Wonderful job of scoring 63 unbeaten so far.
Yeah, losing early wicket turned out to be a temporary inconvenience for the Bangladeshis. And these two have really done well. Scoring at a good rate, bringing headache for the opposition captain, who's bowling his second over.
And that's what he's trying to do. You can see the deliberate effort to elude the ball, make it hit right in front of the batter. Now he's got a deep elegant position, trying to entice him for that sweep. That length is not going to really encourage him for the sweep. And it's more Imam than Shantu who favors the sweep now. Though we saw Shantu in the test matches playing sweeps wonderfully well right through his innings. Now he's just a long hop. The mistake that they were waiting for, enticed to go big, and he's caught in the deep.
What makes a fielder on the boundary line can do for the bowler's thinking. He was starting the ball in his first over, and in this over, lowered the pace. He was brave enough to keep on flighting the ball, and he's been rewarded. That's a big scout. It's Shanto who's walking back. His contribution 40. Bangladesh 73 for 2.
The breakthrough that Sri Lanka have been patiently working for has paid dividends. Maybe it was a long hop, whatever, it does not matter. Tariq Udoy comes in, 985 runs 3.9 is average. He can be very explosive, but he has had a bad run in the recent times with the bat. So all he's got to tell himself is, hey cool, the wicket's not doing too much and afford to be selected.
The amount of talent and ability he possesses, by now he should start winning games for Bangladesh. So he resolved. Yeah, he wasn't that short. Yes, if he was looking to hit the ball towards mid-wicket all along the ground, that was the right idea. But taking aerial route wasn't the right thing. They had to pay for it.
Yes, indeed, we're talking about the bowlers enticing the batters, and that occasion, that shortness of the length, the long hop, really paid. That's what the Shankar tried to go over, as you said, and the timing to us saved the prize. Good work from Lanka. Very good over completed. 74 for 2. Lanka is going to come in. The bowling change as we see the scorecard. A couple of wickets down. Lanka, slow left arm up from the Anigatwa end.
And his selection for this game was influenced by the success of the ambidextrous of Hindu Mendes, and they really showed weaknesses dealing with the left arm spinner. So the management thought it's time for Bilal again to feature for Sri Lanka in this series.
A period of play when they'll have to rein in the smooth attacking strokes they were playing earlier prior to the loss of Masum and Shankar's wicket.
And now he has to take the responsibility. He's been there for 43 deliveries. He has to start to bat intelligently. Yes, he was trying to find a boundary with every delivery he was facing. But with the departure of Shanto, he has to play sensibly. That will afford time for Tohid to settle in. Yeah, the better option was good in the ball towards mid-wicket, not pulling it.
Yeah, that's an interesting form of attack. Tohid Hridoy, per se, look at Chandra. Tohid Hridoy scored a century against India in the Champions Trophy. This is his third innings after that. Hasn't been consistent. The promise he's shown when he first started representing the country has not been there on a consistent basis. One area he's got to work on. Has the technique, has the power. It's the question of shot selection at times, which is being his problem. 76 for 2. Wicket pass it up and under, which was a tad expensive. captain, once again caps the batter, and Imran is equal to the task. The slot sweep in the slot, and he says, thank you, I'll just put it away for a maximum.
That's the area he favours when he's facing an off spinner. There's his front
যারা যারা
leg.
যুক্ত আছেন আমার চ্যানেলটাকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে রাখেন।
No, that's it. Between mid-wicket and
যারা
long
যারা
ball.
লাইভটি দেখতেছেন তারা অবশ্যই চ্যানেলটাকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে রাখেন পরবর্তী ম্যাচ দেখার জন্য।
Sometimes there's a 6 or a 4 in the first delivery. You think. Now, sweep. Once again, goes to the boundary. That's a 50. What a very, very welcome half century. It's his maiden half century is won in international cricket.
Strange field placing. He's bowling around the stumps. He's looking to pitch the ball outside the off stump. And a fielder at deep square leg is way finer. If he fetches the ball from outside the off stump, the ball is going to go squarer.
সম্পূর্ণ ম্যাচটি লাইভ দেখতে চ্যানেলটি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে বেল আইকনে টিপ দিয়ে রাখেন।
Excellent knock from Imran. Against faster bowlers, he looked edgy, but feels at home facing the spinners.
At the same time, I just hope that he thinks that it's just half the job done. It's new into the international arena, but his first 50, opportunity to make it bigger. Oops. Every guy has a smile. Everyone's got a smile. Lanka voting at the last moment. It's been all over, hasn't it? To the left, right hander, it's the lengths have allowed the batters to really pick the runs.
Was in control. Milestone for him. Half century at international level. Appreciated by his teammates.
It's a spectator catch. The cheer goes around. The spectators here at the Premadasa. 51, 48 balls. Very impressive. 3-6.
Is your mark found?
Not at all. Quickly through for the run there. 13 runs in that over, 89 for 2.
Bangladesh 89 for 2. That would have been third slip sketch.
More than 6 runs and over.
Yeah, and it is guesswork.
Imran has been in very good form. 52 of 49, 5 fours and 3 sixes. Imran has there's some really good shots. Not afraid to take the bowling on. Took the fast bowler on. This is now the deep cover for the single. Bangladesh's rate of scoring has been brilliant, and the reason for that has been this onslaught by Imran. And exceptionally well, not afraid to go over the top. Play those big hits and some really handy sweeps too. Going at a very good clip. 5 fours and 3 sixes.
Disconcerting bounce होता है.
New batter didn't really enjoy
third slip
himself too much in
attack
the
करेंगे.
last innings,
How's it?
but here's the opportunity. Lal again the side replacing Lanka. Bangladesh 6.35 wickets in hand and looking to kind of have a good base here to try and build on. Good afternoon, Maha.
Hello, Rasha. Hello, everyone. I believe Lanka will come back in place of Lanka. So far, bowled well. That was a thick outside edge. Don't think Imon intended the ball to go that wide. Nevertheless, he'll take it.
Well, not where he intended it to go, but still gets a boundary. On 57, and he's looking solid. Masum Kha not been afraid to take on the bowling to go. But still on 57, and he's looking. Well ball slower that time.
And that should be the way forward, Lanka. But a bit too quicker for my liking. Yes, against a left-hander, his natural instincts is to bowl quicker. Somehow he has to have the guts to slow it down. Quicker you bowl, quicker you go, and longer you go. End of the over. If you know it's done 9-6 for 2, the players and the officials will have a much-needed water break.
For two wickets lost for Bangladesh.
First you go, Oscar Fernando, slow ball, big dog, comes in a sound coming, nice. It's taken by Kusal Mendes. It was a slow delivery, swinging away from the left hand and driving forward to south. It's easily in the end. And Lanka, short. Any other day, Shante would have smashed it over difficult for a 6. Not this occasion. His mind station sprinting across from long on towards mid-wicket. Take a safe catch. Lanka cannot believe his luck with that delivery. He picked up a wicket.
Well, Sri Lanka have tried 5 bowlers, wickets for Oscar Fernando and Lanka. Tamir was a little bit expensive. Diction and both of the bowling. Well, under the cricket government program, Sri Lankan cricket ensures that no child with talent is missed. District coaches, SLC talent scouts are working hand in hand with the cricket playing schools in every district of the country. And they're looking to find the best talent and graduate them under the National Pathway Program. And I must say that the SLC maintains district spots, provincial spots of under 15, 17, 19 of girls and boys by selecting the best talent. So that's a little bit about Sri Lanka cricket, which is called Cricket Kamata. Sri Lanka cricket goes into the villages, try and identify talent. And this is a common sight in Sri Lanka. Whether it is softball, cricket, football, you find them playing. Really playing. Right, we should have we're back to action at the Alfred with us. Vanithu Hasaranga coming on at the far end. Straight away a full toss. Swept behind square leg.
Now, this will be the period where the match can probably go either way. Vanithu Hasaranga is an attacking bowler. With 4 wickets behind his name from the last game, he'll be, I think, his confidence level pretty high. And Avutridoy and Vanithu Hasaranga does have a past. Both of these players have had great battles, and I'm pretty sure Avutridoy will be even more determined to come one step ahead. Vanithu Hasaranga was on 99 wickets before the last game. Richard Das was his 100th. And finally, Tanzil Hassan on a catch by Janet Trinity flying to his right. Skipper Mendes and Miraj missed it quickly, crashing the leg stump. And the last man, Jakarani. Vanithu Hasaranga bowling from one leg with cramps. He made sure that he got the 4th wicket. It's also interesting to see how Iman is going to play against Vanithu Hasaranga. Predominantly it's going to be googlies. Iman likes to attack the spinners with the sweep shot.
Hasaranga so far has looked the ball at that pace, ball slower, not pushed it through. He has dropped 7 pace to the high 70s and averaged in and around that 80 mark. So far 3 singles of 4 balls. So said he's very good with the wrong and intends to bowl that quite regularly and very deceptive with hardly any change in his action.
Suffered from cramps last game, Vanithu. And he's recovered as well as the other players who suffered from cramps on Bangladesh side. Testing conditions out there. Should be a couple of runs, passing the extra car fielder. After Misaka does the fielding and brings up the 100 for Bangladesh. 16 overs done, 101 for 2.
Well, the second 50 has come 8 balls quicker, so that tells you that the Bangladeshi batters have looked to dominate the Sri Lankan bowling. Haven't been picked back at all. Sri Lanka has been able to build those dots. As regularly as they would like. Regalake. Next up.
91.2. The last ball by Wellalagi. Comfortable giving the single to Imam and targeting a couple of dot deliveries off the oil. That would be the game plan for Wellalagi. And this is where Tanveer Islam in the last game did manage to turn a few deliveries. When the ball loses the hardness, the shine a little bit, that's where the left arm spin from Bangladesh did hold some delivery his turn. So Wellalagi got to slow it down a little bit. Slightly fuller. try and hit up and under to create the road. At the moment, Rigoy is playing for the ball. It's coming with the arm. And also, the dryness of the serve. How will it react when Sri Lanka bats it? Again, just a back of a leg, pushing it through. That's 95. To speak about the importance of looking the ball in a bit slower and searching for turn. He's sliding on a bit. Those are the speeds. He's been slowest has been in the high 80s, 88. Much better crowd on Saturday. Holiday in Sri Lanka. A 5-win. Couple of deliveries before it was 95 almost. And certainly it's building up. Pretty sure from evening time around 5-6 o'clock this place will get filled up. And Sri Lanka will not force ODI cricket. Little one. That's much better. Slowing it down. To end the 17th over. 104 for 2. Signing up, aren't they? Dream of being the voice behind the action. Roshana Bessinger. The series finishes on the 16th, 2 days off, and I'll have signed up myself already for the workshops coming up. What are you talking for? The workshop, you're going to get it done on the 19th and 20th for the next generation. That's been the talk of the town.
যারা যারা লাইভটি দেখতেছেন চ্যানেলটি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে পাশে থাকুন।
Signed up. I'm looking forward to 19th and 20th. Roshana Bessinger, our friend, is having a workshop to generate the next generation of voice and for cricket or football, whatever, the sports field, and you take it forward, Roshan. Congratulations and good luck to you. Pitching outside the leg stuff. Thank you, Maha. That's very kind of you to have. And we should actually have you as a guest and to impart your knowledge. I'm a student, Roshan. I still have a lot of work to do under your guidance. I like that. I wish it's true. You can check your manifesto. You'll see my name always signed up. I'm pretty sure people in the crowd, they also must be looking forward to it. 60 the series finishes, 2 days off. Let's see. Only time will tell. Meanwhile, a 33-run partnership of just 36 deliveries shows that Bangladesh extremely, very much in control here. Oh, well bowled, played for some turn, definitely played for some turn. He just went straight. If you look at that shot and also a bit of bounce. Beautifully bowled quickly by Vanidhu Hasarangan. Changing the angle, coming round the wicket. Good, a little bit, not much, just enough. Slow you bowl as a spinner, there's always something. We saw in the last ball of Dimitri Lalake's over. Batsman not comfortable. This is a good start by Vanidhu. Yeah, you talk about the tip of a spinner, and that delivery certainly tipped on the left hand, and look at how he just almost overbalances, because he was reaching, the ball wasn't there. And he was also playing for turn, he went the other way, or straightened down the line, so he was beaten on 2 counts. This is a good over, as you say. He slowed it down a lot. 107 for 2, 18 overs done.
The stands are starting to fill up, but still a few places available, few seats. And that's a look at the rest of the batting to come in. Parker has an average of 52. Lanka is carrying the ball in very different to the way Suranga has bowled that, delivering 96 Ks.
Against a left-hander, Roshan, I think it's understandable. Probably not comfortable giving it a little air, slowing it down. He's rather comfortable bowling to the right hand than the left hand. So understandably, bowling across the off on the left hand, as slightly side down Damish. He's siding up as well. There's one more.
Not one, I think there are quite a few. And they seem to be very serious about it. They're paying more attention to that than actually watching the cricket.
I'm looking forward to the workshop that I must take. It's a very amount of energy. Should be a couple of runs with probably Sanka as the fielding. It's all about the next generation, Roshan. I'm so happy that the little young man with the Sri Lankan jersey signed up already.
He doesn't know what's going on. He knows that his parents are excited. He's just looking around. Again on the back foot, rocking back. Finds the fielder. Deep cover. Sri Lanka managed to stem the flow of runs. They haven't got a boundary since 25 balls ago, so that's a start for Sri Lanka. They've got that rate under 6 runs, and over Bangladesh was always going at better than 6 in the last 6 to 7 overs. Sri Lanka managing to pull it back just a little bit.
Missed out Pavlik Ridoy. It was there to be put away between the cow point fielder and short third man. Nicely fielded by Janit Nilgay. You cannot keep him out in the team, isn't it? By batting some important runs, can bowl team up delivery if needed. And in the field is certainly making a difference for Sri Lanka. Good over by Velalage, just the 3 runs on the 10 for 2.
That's how much Sri Lanka has managed to pull it back in terms of run making. 15 runs of the last 25 balls. 8 fours and 3 sixes, starting this Bangladesh.
75 in 50
for 2. Just 19 overs. Amount has been the architect so far.
28 deliveries since the last boundary, Roshan. Looking at Imon, he's just pitching for a big shot. What are the options for a boundary against Vanilla Saranga? I reckon there are 3 areas. If he picks the googly, go mid-off. Or play the sweep shot. If he picks the googly again, if he can go outside the line, just what he did. And find the gap between square leg and mid-wicket. Not easy conditions for a batter. Keep running singles and twos for a very long time. 2 big gaps, square leg, mid-wicket, and mid-off in the circle. Those are the 2 areas for me.
The ball, brilliantly bowled. He was looking to go mid-off that time. Deceived in the flight. This is clever bowling. I'll tell you what, this is a really good contest. Look at, that's a leg break. But bowl slower. That's the difference.
Using all his experience, Vanilla Saranga. It's amazing how wickets in the last game gives so much confidence, and this occasion, it's a googly. The last delivery, it was a leg spinner to beat outside your stump, playing for the leg spinner, don't think him on, pick the googly, and castles it with off-stump knockback.
This is quality bowling. This is really class bowling. If you look at the way he looked to set him up, bowling slower, the leg break, and this time the wrong one. Again, bowl slower. And hitting the off stump. Look at his feet movement, went nowhere on. He was completely battled by some really good bowling. Masum gets the wicket and Imon a big wicket. He's back out for 67. Bangladesh 110 for 3. Got the The skipper, Masum Kha is a new batter, and Sri Lanka in with a very good chance here. Those are his numbers: 650s, 200s, average just under 25. Again, two new batters. That's really what Sri Lanka wanted. Ridoy 9 run 20, Miraj just in. This is perfect for Sri Lanka to try and rebuild or regroup.
Beautifully set up. Previous delivery, a leg spinner. Beaten outside the yaw stump. Out comes the googly. 4 wickets in the previous game. Full of confidence. The starman does it again. Just a couple of deliveries from India's and Miraj in the previous game. Oh, missed a similar delivery. It was the second delivery, missed a straight one. And no surprises here. The first ball was a quick googly. And before the wicket-taking delivery. Outside the yaw stump, legs spinner beaten outside the yaw stump, covering his yaw stump, and misses a straight one. Don't think he picked a googly there. Lovely.
I put it down to pure class as bowling. And again, wasn't sure, didn't know much about it. A wicket maiden for Manitu Hasaranga. It's 110 for 3. And then for 3 now, just 67 from him on, and the rest of the batting haven't really clicked. Santo 14, Hansik top scoring the previous game out for 7. Ridoy and Miraj together. Lal again. Now Sri Lanka will have to set about to try and regain some control, because Bangladesh was going quite easily. Now that rate of scoring was at one stage over 6. It's now at 5.5.
Ideal opportunity for Charit Sri Lanka to squeeze in some dot deliveries. Build more pressure. Mendes and Miraj, who were at number 6 in the previous game, promotes himself to take some responsibility batting at number 5. Jakar Ali, Shamim Hussain, both naturally aggressive players. This is where I think Velalagi got to step up now. For me, just bowling those dart deliveries, Shami, he needs to slow it down and give it a bit of a rip. Try and buy a wicket. There's 2 right-handers at the middle. Stop taking any risk.
Also, Hasaranga has found some turn. Velalagi might. As I said, that's good bowling. That is good bowling. That's what we are talking about. Looking to come down the pitch.
He's coming down the track, goes in the line, and not expecting the ball to turn. Obviously, Doy is trying to play towards mid-wicket, long on, because he's anticipating the ball not to turn. This is where at least one delivery has to grip a little bit. Where the doubt will create on top of the batsman's mind. Maybe Velalagi is trying, it's just not happening for him yet. But the pace he's bowling, I don't think it will happen though.
I think he's going in a little bit too quickly. He's bowling in the 90s. And if you look at Hasaranga, he was going at 80, 81, 870s, or low 70s. Not finding much turn off the track.
Also, the difference is a wrist spinner along with a finger spinner. For the moment, only the wrist spinner have found some turn. Not Lanka. Neither Villalage. Teekshana was bowling much more carom deliveries, so probably there'll be a time in like the last game, in the middle overs, things will start happening for the finger spinners. A rare misfield by Sri Lanka. Why do Sri Lanka? The culprit in getting away the single. Under 15 to 3. Around 15 for 3. Bangladesh in a strong position. They need to be careful just at the moment that they don't lose their way. Run rate just around 5.5. You could say foundation well set. But the problem is they lost the batsman who was controlling matters out there today. Anisha, what do you think?
Yeah, ever since introduction of these two spinners, they have given the control of the game to the captain. They have tried up the boundaries, picked up the bottom wicket. He's the next man in, getting a gig in this game. Shameen Patwari.
Got a slip in place. You know, Saranga picked up 4 wickets and he was instrumental in bowling most of the overs during that collapse. Are the batters just showing way too much respect here? They're playing him as though he's throwing hand grenades at them. That's the way. That's more like it. Mehdi Hassan Miraj. Down on one knee. First boundary in 7 overs.
They're not quite getting used to his action and also the speed. But this time around, risk was taken and Mehdi Hassan Miraj got rewarded for it. I think they have struggled to pick him up, Asaranga. And the pressure he created in the last game by picking up heaps of wickets, they've been extra cautious against him.
Why I say that, I bring up that point. You've seen the ball turn square. His angles have been good. Yes, we know he bowls or he likes to bowl more wrong ends than leg break. Got a very good one at that.
You're absolutely right. He hasn't turned the ball square, but in my opinion, they've been playing for the leg spinners. And he's been consistently bowling those wrong runs and the flippers, and they played the wrong line. But in this game, this afternoon, they're playing the balls, bending back rather than playing for the turn. And that's why he hasn't met that success, which was evident in the previous game. 122 for 3.
Six bowlers used. Lots of slow balls from Asita Fernando in that spell. Samira easily the quickest. Good to see him back. He's back into the attack, in fact. His second spell, 3 overs for 17. Shamira was a little wayward. All was going through nicely.
We play the first game. 14 for Sean Malinga. Their protection's care of the wicket. You'd expect that with Chamira and his extra pace. Each while it finally sweeper on the cover boundary, third man. Bedoy is a dangerous little player. Very small packet with strong wrists. He gets in, he's got the ability to really accelerate. Right now, maybe till about the 30th, we need to accumulate. Doesn't matter if that rate drops down to 5.15. We still need to wear Sri Lanka down a bit.
At the top order batters, they need to play the full court of overs. That will create chances for Bangladesh to score big in this game. It's an important game for them in this ODI series.
That was tight. Ilyas Miraj had gone well across his thumbs. 5 losses on the trot for Bangladesh. They'd like to clip that too. And there's no Litin Das today. His poor form has resulted in him being Takraliani. He can hit a ball. He did really well the previous day as well. But with 30 overs to go, that's way too many overs. You won't get the best out of him. That's where Shamim lovely shot on the top of the bounce. This is how good this pitch is. Shamim was saying Patwari will have a role to play. He's an all-rounder brought into this game.
That was positive, very positive from Bangladeshi captain. Using the pace, the efficiency on that occasion. Oh, placement too. Seemed like he overtried things, Chavira, on his comeback game.
Poor delivery. Yep, he picked it. Can boast to his partner. But I would really did pick it. Maybe they look at Ridoy's t-shirt sticking to his body. Some players, well, if they are large, they tend to wear a small. This is not one of those cases. It's just a sweat. Pouring down. You've got to make sure you're well hydrated. That stand out there, not get cramps. A lot of Bangladeshi players got cramps while fielding. Fast bowlers struggle towards the last 10 overs. That's our fish. That's our fish. He's thrown it away. Chamira strikes. It's the captain. He's got to go. Masum Kha takes it comfortably in the deep.
He tried a few bounces in his first spell to size the batter, but they were too short. Went over the head of wicketkeeper and also the batter. But this time around, and reared up just enough to find that thick outside edge, and the job completed at deep square leg. That was the wicket he was looking for, Chamira, and the captain. That's why he was brought back into the attack. Captain departs for 9 runs. It's 126 for 4.
Shamim Hossain Patwari is the new batter. 5th innings for him. Well, still to make a mark. Got plenty of overs in front of him. Net 6. That's a massive role to play. They held back Jafar Ali.
Yeah, Shamim Hossain Patwari in the Bangladeshi side and Shamim Chaudhary in the commentary panel.
Around the wicket, Chamira, they've got to slip in. Sri Lanka searching. They know another blow here can really help restrict Bangladesh. Good fielding. Avishka Fernando, the substitute. He's off the mark, Patwari.
Yeah, well directed bouncer. Now, when you're looking to pull the ball, you have to meet the ball at the arm length. Wasn't the case. Batsman got cramped. And it's a very good result for Chamira on his comeback. He was looking for a wicket.
Poor option though. And look at the field. You know what Chamira can do. You just play right into his hands. No wicket for Chamira in that over. 127 for 4. Clinton Das, the regular wicketkeeper, not playing today, and hence, even though replaced by Quarry, Takralian will be the man with the gloves when they come out on the field. Rangoke Hasaranga, his preferred angle to the left-handers. Got that slip in place. Nicely played. No shorted off left-handers in the Bangladesh lineup.
There was one time when there was no shortage of left-handers in the Sri Lankan side. There were plenty.
Good ones. Yeah.
You had to say that. You had to say that. Cheeky Russell.
Well, it's all down to Ridoy and he's batting beautifully. How about that? Off the back foot, Pathum Nisakan. Not far to go, had no chance.
Ever since he was swept by Amadeus and Miraj, Hasaranga started ball quicker, and that is helping the cause of the batter. Plenty of time for Tawheed Ridoy to decide where that ball should go. Into the gap and a boundary.
Still waiting to see the best of Ridoy. So much talent. Consistent and he doesn't shy away from taking risks. That's why he tends to throw his wicket away. Last 18 innings, 11 times dismissed under 20. And he gets past that, gave himself in. On. Very good crowd in here. I haven't played it much cricket at home, not too much in front either. Quite a bit of excitement, everyone here. Everyone's feeling hot.
Yeah, very hot. It is out there in the middle.
That's all cold. They all love the sport. Oh, real good from Asaranga. 134 for 4. Lanka able to pick up wickets. That's just holding Bangladesh back. Second spell, second over. Chmanta Chamira. He looks organized and solid. Yeah, right from the very start of his innings, looked very confident, decisive with his footwork. That's playing off the back of though. Last ball of last over, Asaranga stuck out his paw. It was hit hard, but was there a chance? That was spectacular. Short one. Manta Chamira in the previous over against Miraj. Slow one and then the short one, well directed, making him drag it from outside off stump. Use a surprise bounce to great effect. That's what he can do with that extra pace.
Yeah, you realize that Mehdi as a Mirage is shuffling towards the off stump to work the ball on the onside. Use that bouncer with effect. That's good running. Very good running from Shami.
When batters tend to score lots of runs here at the R. Premadasa Stadium, where big playing area, always see them do this really well. That way there's not much risk in your game. Just using the pace, using the gaps, you run the opposition ragged.
And for that, you need to be ultra fit in this and humidity.
Pitch is slow or just pace or bounce, it really doesn't matter. Lowering the ball is the key. The disabling conditions, yes. Constantly keep hydrating yourself. Halfway point coming up, Amir. What would the Bangladesh camp be thinking? How shall we do this? Where do we need to be? Where do we want to be?
Well, 244 was good enough for Sri Lanka in the previous game. But they got lucky. I think fast go ahead on a pitch like this, at least 280. Oh, what a bouncer. What a bouncer. Ball with sailing pace, and it's right up.
Good angle. Good cricket all around. I thought even Shamim avoided that because look at the angle. It just keeps following him.
So that's what the authorities have to realize. Yes, crowd, they love sixes and fours. But if you could listen to the crowd with that bouncer and the reaction of the crowd, they love it too. So they have to bring a balance in the contest between bat and ball.
It was a freakish collapse that allowed Sri Lanka to win. We were thinking Bangladesh will get there easily when they were 100 for 1.
Very good in the deed. That was quick. Across the grass, keeps it down to 1. Sadir Samaravikram at the sub. 137 for 4. At this rate, 274, I think Bangladesh will take that. That's where this particular moment, this partnership, can be the difference between 230, 275, or even 300. Amindo Mendes. Oh, it's taken him on. That's a brilliant hit. That is playing your options to perfection. Mid-off. Richard mid-on in the circle. You take him on straight away. And that must have challenged the ego of the batsman. Are you kidding me? Facing a mid-on in the circle. I'm going to take the aerial route and put pressure on the bowler who's just been introduced into the attack. He's been greeted with a 6. Well, that's a great shot in every sense. Amindo Mendes, the new bowler, is the 7th one introduced. He'll bowl right arm off break to the left-hander, left arm orthodox to the right-hander. Now he's coming here to get through some overs. If you don't allow him to bowl at this stage, you're putting Lanka under pressure to rotate his bowlers, go outside his plan somewhat. The field for the other matter, mid-on in the circle, you take him on. A brilliant option from every angle. Now he's got to make sure he keeps rotating the strike. Not play too many dots just like that. Yeah, why not go with your premier fast bowler, Masum Kha? Why come and do Mendes? No, Shakir Ali, yes, he scored a 50 in the previous outing, but he was not convincing. So a wicket here might shut the doors for Bangladesh in this series. Managing energies, maybe. Hard work to run in, so as fresh as possible. Amindo Mendes got 3 wickets. Roxy's arm is gone left arm to the right hander as we expected. So you're trying to tell me he's been bored because of that conclusion? He picked up 2 wickets in the previous game. Well, with the number of options Sri Lanka have, wouldn't have been the option I would have gone to. Maybe that's playing a part in the captain's mind. 3 wickets. Whether it's full or short ball, you tend to forget. But 3 wickets is what you remember. Oh, he's already worrying about the last half of this innings. It's 146 for 4. The Imon Shanto partnership was very good for Bangladesh in the wickets. Now Shamim and Ridoy have put on 20, almost at a runner ball. You were crying out for Fernando, Amir. Because the drums are beaten at the ground. So you got to have a Fernando. So he's replacing the other fast bowler, Tamira, who bowled 2 overs.
You are calling more for the other end, isn't it? Not Kamindu. Because when you look at the options, the game is not at a situation where you need to mix and match. You've got your attacking options and plenty of them. Asada Fernando's in now. Teachin has 6 more. Lanka, well, he's made up 3 overs for you. Velalake, Hasaranga, 5 each. He can go any which way he wants in terms of bringing in his attacking weapons. Kamindu, and because of that clever bit of play from Shamim, that's ended up being a very expensive over. Relying on the slow balls is Fernando. Seven overs more, and the new playing conditions kick in. Asada Fernando's got a ball in his hand. There's another ball used at the other end. The fielding team, well, they'll decide which ball they want to bowl the last 16 overs with. What that would do is probably the ball gets a little softer, and the older it gets, the chance of a bit of reverse swing towards the end of the innings.
But your main weapon is Hasara. You have to confer with him. Which ball should they be using in the last half of the game?
A nice cool towel around the neck. Not a bad idea.
Steady. Very steady. Asika in this over is ready to control.
Pialveji Tunga, spin bowling coach, didn't look too happy. Trying to convey some instructions. He bowled beautifully on debut. But he'll like a little bit more runs, at least another 120. Tanveer Islam.
Now, there was a bit of wobble in the air as the ball started to reverse. Have a look, Russell.
Oh. But he's bowled a nude ball. If you look at his fingers, he's just bowled a knuckle delivery which gives no pace. It's very hard for the batsman to pick if it's a slow delivery. Pulled out. That's like 30-40% of them. Probably that's been a little bit of wobble that he's got with it. 27 ball, 148 for 4. Bit of an uplift for Yard Premadasa Stadium. The lights as well. Used them for the first time in the previous game. Does look beautiful that night, and beautiful is other parts of Sri Lanka in every way. Nature, history and the culture, it tells a lot. So many different
areas that you can visit to give you very different experiences. Continuing with Kamindu Mendes.
And there is a reason why Sri Lanka is called Paradise Island. Tranquil, serene.
Colombo city centre, the high rises continue to build a lot of development around the place. The Lotus Tower, of course, standing out. You can't mistake that. Lanka got a lot of trust in this man. Oh, they asked. Jakob says no. Oh, brilliant shot. Very, very well played. Look at the footwork. Look at the hands. That brings up the 150.
Brave. Very brave. Shamim on that occasion exposed the stumps. And then waited on that delivery, which wasn't short, but quicker. And that helped his cause.
Now that boundary, the 4 in Shamim, was his first 4 in ODI cricket. Previously, he's hit 3 sixes. With innings in ODI cricket, not used to hitting them along the ground. That shot might tell him that he can do that also. He goes left arm, he tends to drop that arm quite a bit, Kamindu Mendes. For development around Colombo and also here at Sri Lanka Cricket, uplifting facilities so that cricketers can use. Swimming pool almost ready, the center of excellence. Well, when you hit one, you want to hit more. Really, really well played. Another 10 off that all. 158 for 4.
Rebuilding work going on here with these two in the middle. 32 of 33 deliveries between Shamim Hussain and Tawhid Ridoy. Just want to ensure that they stick around, take this innings to a situation where they can just step on the gas. Tawhid Ridoy has been in particular very watchful. Quick run taken there.
Mr. Ashley Silva, CEO of Sri Lanka Cricket, along with the dignitaries, Mr. Kishant Kapurtha as well. We'll close eye on the proceedings. Shamim Hussain has been really good. 22 has scored 19 deliveries. Had some issues with Dushman Chamira trying to bounce him out, trying to scrap him up. But against his spinner, he has showed some intent with some quality hitting.
Asmita, always on the lookout to bowl for short pitch deliveries. Previous over, this previous over, he had Shamim Hussain in a spot of bother when he tried to invade one, had the periscope up. So that is one area that he's got to be careful about when he ducks under to ensure that the bat is not up in the air for a little touch on.
Ishan Madushka keeping wickets for Sri Lanka. Well, Mendes take a little breather as well as Banidu Hasaranga, who 5 overs picked up a 1 wicket for 22 runs. That's sort of a day, isn't it? Almost like playing in a fire pit. It's hot, it's humid. And he does keep wickets sometimes in first-class cricket, Ishan Madushka. Missed out in the first game, handy batter.
Port of Colombo, just round from those cranes. A lot of work going around in that area. Nice to see kids at the ground enjoying the cricket. And just waits on that one. Thought of a run. Recovery from behind. You see the intention, it has changed from Shami Hussain. More intent on going for quicker delivery, quicker runs rather. The partnership now 33 or 37. Well, put a little bit of pressure on the Sri Lankans in the sense that they don't want them to just stroll along. Have to create the pressure.
Shami Hussain, Tawid Vidoy, the graduates from the 2020 Under-19 World Cup up in South Africa. But Bangladesh won that World Cup. And both these players played a massive part in that World Cup. So the Bangladesh side won it. In the air, fine-legging plays and takes it. Second time. The batsman has finished as playing a pull shot. First it was Mendes and Mirage of Dushman the Chamira. This occasion is Shami Hussain. Or was it the Fernando?
Yeah, it was on the cards. Just looking to go after the bowling. Just picked the shot, could not stop himself from trying to go for that hook shot. Lean again there at deep five, was not going to miss out on this. Not in control, not enough distance, and a good take. That is the partnership broken. That's what Asita was looking at. And Bangladesh lose another. Belated wicket. Shamin Hussain Pafari. It's gone for 22, 159 from one. Just when Bangladesh were looking to build up a partnership happening on a regular basis, Dr. Ali, who ran out of partners, really played a bold knock in the first one day here. But he has got a lot of work and a lot of time, almost 21 overs after this, to reshape the innings. Bangladesh in trouble once again.
Well set up, well planned, well done Sri Lanka. The height was good in that bounce, a fine leg, perfectly placed. And Janik Benege in the field, you cannot do anything. He almost put his foot over the rope. Then he realized, oops, no. Solid defense to end the 29th over. 159 for 5.
Problem with Bangladesh have been building up of partnerships. Iman 67, early fall of Tanzania, then a good partnership. But as soon as they look to be asserting the authority on the bowling. They just lose the wicket, and that spoils the momentum that has been gathered.
This is where the senior players like Pavaz Ridoy, Shanto, Medias and Miraj, all these players have played for a while now, got to step up, taking responsibility. In my previous team, like Sakushikur Rahim, Mahmudullah Riyad, Shakib Al Hassan, all these players in the middle overs, they used to play really well and sometimes dominate in Bangladesh wins. But I don't see that sort of a commitment by the batters in the middle overs to work hard for their singles or doubles or play the